Good morning students. The topic that we'll be covering in this video is a JTable. It is a component of a Swing package. It was not present in the AWT. It is the advanced and complex component which is present in a Swing package. So what a table is? Table is nothing but an arrangement of a data in the form of rows and columns. Tables are widely used in data analysis, communication purpose, and you can see the tables in the print media, like you can see them in newspapers, in magazines. So it is basically a most relevant component which is used for analysis. So to create tables in Java under Swing package, we have a class name called as JTable. JTable class is used to display, or it is used to edit a two dimensional data that is having rows and columns. When we say the term two-dimensional, it means we have rows as well as the columns. So it is similar to the spreadsheet that we see in Excel. We all have used Excel, and we know that Excel spreadsheet consists of a rows and columns. So we can create the data in the form of rows and columns, and it is the best tool which is used for organizing the data and for analysis of the data. So we have seen tables at one more place, which is a database. In database, the information is stored in the form of tables. So these are the two various places where we come across the tables. We come across the tables in the form of spreadsheet, and we also see the tables in database. So the similar kind of output structure, a structure consisting of rows and columns, we can create in Java and make use of a class called JTable. So on the right hand side, you can see a output which consists of a very basic table. Here the table consists of 3 columns and 5 rows. The 3 columns with the names as name, phone and fax, these are the 3 column headings we can see, and under these 3 columns we have a set of 5 rows with the different data. So for developing or for displaying such a table in Java, we'll be seeing the minimal code which will be required. At the top we have the package names which are required. So AWT is must and Swing is must. These two packages has to be included. Then we have the applet code which will decide the width and the height of the applet window. Then we have created a class JTable demo which extends from a JApplet because we want our table to be displayed on an applet. So it extends JApplet. Again, now within the init method, we'll be writing the entire code to display the table. So the first line here within our init method is container with the object name contain pane equal to get contain pane. So this is the object of a container which we'll be using to add the components on the applet. The table class, which has a name as a JTable, this class has one constructor with the 2 arguments. The 2 arguments are, you need to pass 2 arguments where the first argument is the data. Data, it is nothing but a 2-dimensional array. And the second argument is the column heading. What is column heading? Name, phone and fax are called as a column heading. This is nothing but a single dimensional array. So you need to remember JTable class constructor has 2 arguments. The first argument is the data. What is data? These things. This portion is the data. So this is nothing but a 2-dimensional array. And second argument is the column heading, which is name, phone and fax, nothing but a single dimensional array. Now for this table, we'll be defining these 2 arrays, data and column heading. So this line is actually defining the column heading array. Final, there is a keyword at the beginning of this line, final, because we want to keep the headings as well as the data as fixed. Like we don't want to change the column headings, or we don't want to change the data throughout the program. We are creating a static table. Static table means the data will remain same throughout the program. So for that purpose, here is the term final. As the name, phone and fax are the characters, so we'll be creating a string array with the name, column heading, equal to, within the curly brackets, we'll be passing the heading of each column. So first we'll be writing name, so in double quotes name, comma, then we'll be passing the second column heading, which is nothing but a phone, comma, then the third column heading, fax. Now once we have created the array for column heading, on the same lines we'll be creating the array for data. Again the term final, because we want to keep the data as it is. We don't want to change the data. Now instead of string, we'll be creating a object data type array. Why object? Because as you can see in the data is mix of numbers and characters. Previously in column heading were all strings, all characters, but in data it is a mix of all. So instead of creating any particular type of data, we are generalizing it with an object. So object array, but this array is a two-dimensional array because we want to enter the data for each row. We don't have to just enter the column heading, which is a single row, but the data is of multiple rows, so it is of two-dimensional. And the array name is data, equal to, you have to write double quotes. This is the starting double quote and this is the ending double quote. Now within this starting and this ending double quote, you have to write the data for each row in one double quote brackets. Like this bracket is for first row, then comma, second bracket is for second row, comma, again pair of brackets for third row, comma, pair of brackets for fourth row, comma, then fifth row. So you will have a pair of curly brackets for each row, and within that pair of brackets, opening and closing brackets, you will be writing the values. So whatever values are there, you have to pass those values within double quotes, and after each value is passed, you need to write a comma, so enter the value of second column, then third column. So this data is nothing but a two-dimensional array. To enter a two-dimensional data, you need to have a pair of curly bracket for each row, like this we have. And within this, you have to provide the values for each column. So पहले कौन सा column है? Name. So you need to provide the name, then you need to provide the phone, and then a fax. Okay. So this is how we have created both the arrays. One array for column heading, the other array for the data. The column heading array is single dimensional, whereas data array is of two dimensional. Now we'll be passing these two arrays as the argument to JTable. So now we are creating a JTable with object name as table, equal to new JTable, and we'll be passing both the arrays. But the order is, you need to first pass the data and then you have to pass the heading. Though we have created in the reverse way, first we have created a column heading array, then a data array. But when you are passing to a JTable, you need to pass first the data and then the column heading. Now once you have created a JTable, now the next step will be to add this table on the applet. But again, the question comes, what if my table size is big? What if I have a more number of columns, I have large number of rows which won't fit in an applet? So क्या होगा? So what will happen? Whether that data will be deducted, it won't be displayed, or that column will be removed. So to avoid such things, when we think our table is large enough, it has lots of data, lots of columns, So it is better to use the scroll pane. So again, these are the lines of code to create the scroll panes. So what you are doing? We are creating again two variables v and h with a scroll pane constants value as needed. We don't want scroll pens always because we don't want it to be displayed even if they are not needed. So we have set the value as needed. So for vertical scroll bar also as needed, and for horizontal also as needed. Now we are creating JScrollPane object JSP, and will be passing JTable as argument with the values of V and H. It is up to you whether you want scroll bars as always or as needed. So once you have added the table onto a scroll pane, the final step is to add the scroll pane on the container. So content pane dot add JSP. So simply you are adding the scroll panes means you are adding the scroll panes which has the table. So table is displayed in the applet. So quickly we'll see how to compile this program if it has any errors. So Java C class name JTable demo .java. Now to run this we have to write applet viewer JTable demo .java. So here is the output. As you can see, 3 columns and 5 rows, and the applet size as decided in the applet code 200 by 400. And if the size of the table gets larger, then it automatically will have the horizontal and vertical scroll bars. So with this basic code to create a table, you can write any program and you can have a table as needed for your project, because in projects also you need to display your data of database. So one way is to obtain the data from your database and displaying in your output in the form of table. So you can use database as MS Access. You can also use data from Oracle or SQL. So you can import the data from these things and then display with the help of this JTable. So in the future, in further chapters like database connectivity, we'll learn how to import the data from these databases, and you already know the method to display those data. Okay. So this covers the basic demo of creating a table in Java with the help of JTable class. Thank you.